Brilliance Audio presents The Mountain of My Fear and Deborah, two mountaineering classics, by David Roberts, performed by David Vries. Foreword. In the literature of mountaineering, certifiable brilliance is in short supply. Over the 2 centuries that men and women have been writing about climbing, only a handful of authors have created work that can honestly be called great, work that can stand on its own as literature beyond the forgiving confines of the mountaineering genre. Most of those belonging to the pantheon are gifted full-time writers who have done little more than dabble in climbing. Conversely, a smaller number are accomplished climbers who have likewise dabbled in writing and managed, almost as if by accident, to produce 1 or 2 extraordinary pieces of work. There is one person, however, who has made a significant mark both as a climber and as a writer, that man being David Roberts, the author of this volume. At the age of 20, 3 years after he took up climbing, Roberts and 6 Harvard buddies made the first direct ascent of Mount McKinley's huge avalanche-swept Wickersham Wall, a route that, 28 years later, has yet to be repeated. Following the McKinley climb, Roberts participated in more than a dozen additional Alaskan expeditions, in the course of which he blazed alpine ground in such now legendary ranges as the Arrogech Peaks, the Cathedral Spires, the Revelations, and the Ruth Gorge. A number of the first ascents Roberts bagged along the way, Shot Tower for instance, and the southeast buttress of Mount Dickey, are indubitable classics, among the most beautiful lines on the North American continent. But Roberts's most famous, and perhaps finest Alaskan deed, remains one of his earliest undertakings, the first ascent of a route he, Matt Hale, Don Jensen, and Ed Burnt put up in 1965, the west face of Mount Huntington. Their remarkable climb became the subject of The Mountain of My Fear. It was Roberts's first book. He wrote it as a first-year graduate student in 9 feverish days. Against all likelihood, it turned out to be one of the best mountaineering books ever written. A critic for the Atlantic Monthly praised The Mountain of My Fear as exceptional for the young author's subtle, unsentimental attempt to define the motives that drive men to climb mountains. W.H. Auden, the great English poet, selected an excerpt from the book for inclusion in a collection of his favorite writing titled A Certain World.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?